The benefits of early intervention for preschool children. Widener University, Sarita Savage. I will be presenting today the benefits of early intervention for preschool children. I will start by giving the definition of what is early intervention in the state of Pennsylvania. I will give you a clear definition of what it is. I will then give you an overview of the theory of psychosocial development in relation to the phase that I am presenting, which is the early childhood phase. I will give you an overview of Erikson's psychosocial theory of development. I will then talk about the benefits of early intervention for preschool children. It is here where I will implement my articles from the annotated bibliography. And lastly, I will talk about and discuss the implications for social work and social workers regarding early intervention for preschool children. As practicing this work, I will discuss the roles of social work and social workers play in providing early intervention services to clients, as well as what is important for us as social workers to understand when we are working with this population. At the bottom of each slide, you can click on the speaker, and my voice will be on each slide to explain and discuss the presentation. Thank you, and let's get started. When you think of a child and how he or she is growing, you start to notice things like how they are smiling, or how they walk and talk, or are they even able to feed themselves. Children learn naturally during this phase. They learn by watching you, their caregiver. They learn from other children as well. They are also being taught how to do different things. Because you know your child as a caregiver, you start to notice things about their development, and you start to pay attention to see, are they on target, or are they developing at a slower pace? There are 5 primary developmental areas that you pay attention to when a child is developing. First, their physical development. Is the child able to move, see, and hear? Second, their language and speech development. Are they able to talk and understand and express their needs? Third, the social and emotional development. Is the child able to relate to others, or does the child stay to himself? Fourth, adaptive development. Are they able to eat, dress, and take care of themselves? Are they able to do that on their own? And fifth, their cognitive development. Is the child able to think and to learn? So, while all children we know grow and change at their own rate, some children can expect developmental delays. And When these developmental delays arise, this is where early intervention can help. Early intervention in the state of Pennsylvania consists of services and supports designed to help families with children who have developmental delays, the delays that I had just discussed with you. Early intervention builds upon the natural learning occurring in those first few years. Early childhood phase. This is the phase that I am presenting. Early intervention is a process that promotes collaboration among parents, service providers, and others significantly involved with the child. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development is one of the best-known theories of personality in psychology. Erikson believed that people developed in a series of stages. Erikson's theory describes the impact of social experience across the whole lifespan. According to Rogers, Erikson's theory proposes that a person progresses through 8 stages of psychosocial development, which extend throughout the lifespan. Erikson believes the following for the early childhood phase, which is ages 2 years of age to ages 5 years of age. Stage 2, autonomy versus shame and doubt. This is 18 months of age to 3 years of age. At this second stage, Erikson's theory of psychosocial development takes place during early childhood development phase. Children developing a greater sense of personal control at this stage. Children are just starting to gain a little bit of independence. They are starting to perform basic actions on their own and making simple decisions about what they prefer. By allowing kids to make choices and gain control, parents and caregivers can help children develop a sense of autonomy. Which brings us now to stage 3, initiative versus guilt. This is 3 years of age to 6 years of age. And at this stage, children are taking initiative steps to learn within their environment. Children that are encouraged are believed to pursue their goals, and children who are discouraged will lack the interest in shaping their own lives. On the previous slide, I gave you a brief overview of Erikson's psychosocial theory of development. Now I will present how Erikson's theory is in relation to the early childhood phase as well as early intervention. Having a developmental delay is a social injustice for the early childhood phase and childhood development. If a child has developmental delays in this early phase of life, according to Erikson, they will not be able to move through each stage of psychosocial development. By a child receiving early intervention will enable the child to receive the appropriate service to help them overcome the developmental delay. If the child is unable to overcome the delay, early intervention assists the child in many ways to support themselves with the developmental delay. For example, a 2-year-old child is diagnosed with having speech impediments. By having early intervention by the age of 2, specialists will work with that child to improve her speech and language. By the child being age 2, by the time the child is age 3, improvements are already have been made. So we intervene early during this developmental stage because this will enhance the child's development, provide the child and family with support, and maximize the child's benefit to society itself. The earlier, the better. The first article I chose to implement into the audio from my annotated bibliography was this one from RAND Corporation. It's called Proven Benefits of Early Childhood Interventions. The 3 main points that were found in this article prove that early childhood intervention programs have been shown to yield benefits in academic achievement, behavior, educational progression, and attainment, delinquency and crime, and labor and market success, among other domains. The interventions with better trained caregivers and small child to staff ratios offer favorable results. And when they did the study, it proved that well-designed early childhood interventions generate a return to society from $1.80 to $17.07 for each dollar. So this study basically was done, and it focused on programs that provided child development services from prenatal period and to kindergarten entry. And the main focus were these 19 programs that they did the study on. And they range from parent education to early Head Start to training families together, just numerous programs or whatever. And these 3 key findings are the important facts of the article. So that is what I found here. What I did critique about the article was, although that these were the key findings that I found, the article was a little wordy. By the end of the article, I found myself having to backtrack to see what were the main points of the article. I believe that it just got off target a little bit by the end of the article, but overall it's a good article. I can see this being used in social work and social work practice just to, for statistics basis, just to put the numbers out there to see that these are the hardcore proven results of early childhood intervention, why we intervene early. So I found the article